fourth graders. Mrs. Humersma here. So today is lesson 5 of True Stories, and it's our last week of learning. So it's exciting. Thank you for all of you that have been watching the videos and writing. I love reading your stories. You guys are doing such a good job. So this week we're going to finish up your story. So hopefully you have a really good one that you're working on. Today I'm going to teach you how to write a really good conclusion. Because conclusions are important. That's like the last thing your reader reads, and it's the last thing that you leave them thinking with. And so sometimes if you write something, even in my book club, we were reading a book and all of a sudden it just ended really fast and we're like, what? It just left us hanging, or we wanted more. It didn't feel complete. So writing a good ending is important, but I know that it's hard. I know that kids really struggle with that. So I'm going to help you with that today. We're going to work on my Lucy story. And the next lesson, we'll edit your story and make sure it looks really good. And then it'll be done. And maybe we'll print it and send it home with you. So we are going to look at this. This is the checklist that we've been looking at. Last time, I taught you about beginnings, writing a good beginning, and then last time I taught you how to write a really good middle by stretching out those details about your character and what they're doing and thinking and feeling. And then today I'm going to show you how to write a good ending. So here's our checklist. We kind of changed it a little bit if you notice in your packet. I'm going to move myself over there. It says, I tried to make a good ending. Well, yeah, we hope so. And I might have put a final action or feeling or lesson at the end. So I don't know if you noticed, but we crossed out might have. And so you should put a final, like an action, feeling, or lesson. So a lesson, we learned in 4th grade that most stories have a theme or a life lesson where the character learns something. So I'm not sure if you learned something in your story, maybe just even a little thing that you learned. I'll have to think about what I learned in my story. I don't know. So that's kind of optional, but definitely a final action or feeling makes it really good. So I'm going to show you my story. So last time I, added the title and I taught you how to really stretch out your middle with details about your character. So I did this part with you, and then I did some more. So like the part where I walked Lucy around the school and brought her in the back door of my classroom just to keep her contained. Well, I only wrote one sentence about that. Remember how you should always go back and write a twin sentence? And so I wrote some more. Here's how I elaborated. All my students were in heaven. They thought it was awesome to have a dog in school. They wanted her to stay all day, and they asked if they all could bring their dogs to school too, which is a true story. I said sorry. And then, so I added some more about my character. So my husband is one of my characters. And everything in the yellow is where I added. I called my husband and had to beg him to get the dog. So that was like more what I did. He grumpily said he would be there in a minute. And then I added some details about him. He had been sleeping because he works the night shift and he wasn't ready to wake up yet or ready to deal with the dog. So here's my ending. It's only 2 sentences. That's really not long enough to have an ending. So I need to stretch it out and think about twin sentences and ending with action and feelings. Okay. He pulled up right outside my classroom door, then forcefully shoved Lucy into the back seat of the car. They drove home, and I peacefully went back to teaching my class. Well, I didn't include any feelings, and I only wrote one sentence about him shoving Lucy into the car. So I could stretch that out. That'd be more action, and I need a feeling. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so I've added some information to my conclusion to make it better. I added some more action. So in the pink is where I added my elaboration. At the beginning, I just wrote, he pulled up right outside my classroom door, then forcefully shoved Lucy into the back seat of the car. Well, that's not enough detail, so I really was specific exactly what happened. She did not want to go in there. She ran around the car, making my husband even grumpier. He finally grabbed her around her stomach and lifted her in the back seat. So, is that better? It has more specific details. So then I stretched out this sentence. They drove home and I peacefully went back to teaching my class. So I wanted to end with some sort of feeling or what we thought. So I wrote, all day long my students and I kept talking about this exciting thing that happened the day the teacher's dog came to school. And then that ties back to my title of my story. So writers, today I want you to go back to your writing and I want you to reread it and see how you can make your ending better. Stretch it out, add some action, feeling, maybe some dialogue or more description, and that will make it better. Okay, nice job, writers. I'll see you Wednesday. Bye.